This is LaSalle Legends. And look at this play. Philly special! Why not? Philly! Here's Waller. Waller goes behind his back. LaSalle with two. At the horn. Hits it! Ball game.
Unbelievable!
Shot from an off angle, they score! Daniel Sambuco with 28 seconds left. 4-3, and then LaSalle with 28 seconds left. They get one more! They score again! And they lead 5-4. Here's Kiska on the drive. Timby, an open three. Good! Jake Timby does it again! Hello once again to the LaSalle community. This is LaSalle Legends, where we bring together some of the greatest teams in LaSalle history and bring them through, re-experience their crowning achievement once again. And tonight, it's the 2013 LaSalle Lacrosse State Championship team. And we have 16 folks with us here tonight ready to re-experience and rewatch with you, the LaSalle community, as well. Led by the coaching staff, Bill Leahy, Rob Forster, Tony Resch, and Brian Harrington. Gentlemen, welcome. Really appreciate you guys making some time. And let's kick it to Brian Harrington to introduce who we have from the players from that 2013 team.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for having us. This is a great idea. Really looking forward to this. Tonight with us, we have, in no particular order, Andrew Grayeski, who was a long stick midi for us. Went on to play at Monmouth University. Adam Shaw, an attackman, went to Boston University and had a great career. Andrew Eidenshank, defenseman, went to Fairfield. Great 4 years there. Connor Resch, second in the Resch lineage, third in the Resch lineage at our program, a Yale Eli / Bulldog. We have Michael T. Pascali, Mount St. Mary's 4-year awesome player. Brendan McGonigal, Holy Cross College. Sean Coleman out on the West Coast, Harvard University. Nikki Reshko, a.k.a. Ron Swanson, down there in the left corner. Monmouth University goalie, did an awesome job for us that year. Matt Rambo, he didn't really play much after high school. And then we have Chris Rocco, Drexel University, and my cousin, and Jeff Salucci, another Yale Eli, who had awesome 2 years with us at LaSalle and 4 great years at Yale. So this is what we got tonight.
Thanks, Coach. What a great group, no doubt about it. And you hear a lot of D1 experience, a lot of high-level college experience. To the coaching staff in general, what was it like to coach a team like this, and how would you rate the talent that you had on this particular team relative to others that came before them?
Boy, Bob, that's a tough question. I mean, on the one hand, there's been so many great teams. On the other hand, these guys were awfully special. They could play fast, which wasn't always in my nature. They got better as the season went on, and by the time we rolled into the playoffs, we were just feeling it. As a head coach, it was nice to know that everybody was doing their job on the field and on the coaching staff. So by the time we reached this point, it was kind of just let the horses go and let the coaches do their job, and they did.
Let's talk to Matt Rambo here. Matt, welcome. It's good to have you on here tonight. This game that we're about to watch is against Conestoga, an arch rival of this LaSalle team, and a team that you guys saw year after year in the state championship game. So what were you guys thinking going into this particular game?
Just from what I remember, I think it was just the next game up. We weren't really thinking about, oh my God, this is a championship game. We were just going to take it step by step and play. I think back then we were doing, breaking our games into 5-minute quarters and just really just focusing on the next play and not really getting too high or not getting too low, just staying calm and cool and just taking it to the next game, not really, blowing it up that it was a championship game.
Nick Reshko, the goaltender, is here as well. Nick, what's the challenge of motoring through a state tournament like this one in between the pipes and knowing that you have guys in front of you counting on you there back there?
Well, you kind of just said it. Knowing I could count on the guys in front of me, our defense did a great job all year.
relieved a lot of pressure off me, which is great. So kind of going into this game was just another, like Matt said, the next game up for us. We knew Conestoga was very good offensively, knew they were going to be a tough test. But I think we're up to the challenge.
With that said, guys, without further ado, let's get right to it. This is where the fun starts here, watching the game together again. And I'd estimate it's probably for the first time that you guys have all gathered and watched this one again. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I know the LaSalle community will as well. So let's get right to it. Face Off is next here on LaSalle Legends.
Starting lineup for LaSalle College High School head coach Bill Leahy. His assistants, Tony Reck, Brian Harrington, Rob Ford.
Some fresh uniforms, I'll tell you that.
Good call, Matt. I loved that combo, too.
Matthew Rambo.
I think we let you guys decide what you wanted to wear. Didn't you guys choose that up in the locker room in advance?
No shot to get it right.
Midfield number 12, Andrew Graski.
I think I'm standing on the wrong side of it.
I
think they did get that right.
Let's see it.
Number 25, Andrew Eidenschake.
Matt, is that still your Abington stick you're using, or is that orange?
I got that at a summer tournament. I never got a new one. So.
Okay.
Have fun.
Starting in goal, number 13, Nick Reschko.
That's a good crew right there.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I've been at it too long. Some of them run together, but as soon as I watched about the first 2 minutes of this earlier today, I was like, wow, that's a good lineup. Not this lineup, though. Casey,
Yeah, that long Casey.
Simba stayed back. Oh,
Yeah.
Good squad, too.
A lot of hiding shinks.
Too many.
Coach Resch, I was already cranky at this point that they were going to sit on the ball and stall. So was I yelling at you already?
Yeah, go get them. We need the ball.
Go get them.
Look at the crowd. It's unbelievable. That place was packed. Thank God they did this game 3 hours away from everybody that played in it.
Have they switched that yet, or it's still at Hershey?
Westchester East.
Westchester East.
Yeah, it's a really nice setup.
Great. It's awesome.
Play all the games in a row. It's two divisions now, so it's fun.
Who we got? Pascali, Brennan, Gretzky. Sure.
I'll tell you, one of the things I remember the most about this team was that our short stick D middies just never got run by, and we really didn't have to slide a lot. Our poles and D middies did not have to. They didn't get run by.
He almost
runs
the shit out of bounds.
It's like we played with 6 poles out there.
Brian, following that, I love those guys in transition. They get a goal or two before the half. Just could let them play fast with D middies like that.
Yeah, it makes the close D guys so much easier when they don't have to slide. They can just cover their guy.
And we were so strong on both ends, goaltending, close D, and 3 All-American attackmen. You had 2 D middies in. It didn't matter what our O middies were up to.
Yeah, we have to. I do remember those practices. We had some battles in practice. 2 good groups. Nobody wanted to give an inch.
Yeah, I tried to fight Andrew gun at it.
I think the offense took the W over the year, though.
Please.
Come on.
I don't know about that.
Get it already. We're already at
You
Stogan.
guys scored 6 goals in the Radnor game before this. Lucky man.
Coach Resch, I think I already sniffed at you 5 times that they're at the 3-minute mark and haven't done a thing. And no stall warning.
Yeah, Bill's yelled at the referees 10 times that there's no.
Are they going to go to the goal? They're going to go to the goal.
It's coming up.
I'm ready.
Soon.
I'm ready.
It works. Here it is. There it is, Brian. Right there.
I'm ready.
The shorts are so baggy compared to what the kids.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Yeah. It makes me look even shorter than I am.
Yeah. Carolina finally.
Later. What's up, Shank?
Yeah, that was awesome. Great double.
That's Schleich's.
And if I recall, like our very first touch, don't we score like first touch right here?
I hate to say game's over, and I have all the respect in the world for Coach Sampson, but they did exactly what they wanted to do. We touched the ball for 10 seconds.
You're out.
Transition, sealed down by B. McGonigal. Bang.
Yep.
Yeah,
Throw it.
Eye to eye.
Boom. 1-0.
It's got to be disheartening.
Count that as an assist.
I think our first 4 goals were all in transition too.
Yeah.
So I
Count that, Pascal.
yeah, that's an assist.
Count
4-0.
Hockey
Forgot about
assist.
Coach Harrington, Coach Rush, how far we've come. That would have been a slob to X. Hold it for the next 2 minutes.
Oh,
Last year's
yeah.
team.
Yep.
Not on Rob Forster's
Green.
staff. It's not. We're going to the goal there.
We had a lot of green,
that green.
calls.
A lot of no, yes, B-Mac.
Always with BMAC. BMAC was tough.
But he was
Sean, what happened?
Sean, you went to Harvard.
Sean went out of bounds.
Come on, catch the ball, Coleman.
Could have gotten you tossed from
I didn't
Harvard
even
by
realize you
itself.
did that.
BMAC had some big goals that year. He had a huge goal up in Garden City that year when we played. Remember, Garden City had that like 35-game winning streak, and we went up there. He had a huge goal in that game.
Was that like number 2 versus number 3 in the country?
Yeah, it was awesome. And they hadn't lost in 3 years or 2.5 years, and we beat them up in Long
Great
Island.
check.
Good time out.
Oh, look at that.
That was a great game too. That Garden City game. That was probably one of my favorites right there.
Fuming.
That bus ride was. You guys had a good time on the bus ride home.
It was with Gutterding, right, Matt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was the attackman on that team.
Yeah.
Shank, you
And their
covered Gutterding.
face-off kid was a Harvard kid too, right, Sean?
Yep.
James
Sullivan.
Sullivan.
That
He
kid
was a
pan
stud.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he good?
He's a head case.
Yeah, I never heard him in college, so.
We had lost our first 2 games, then we won 20 straight. We lost to Gilman by 1. Who was the other one, guys?
Episcopal. By like
Yep, Episcopal.
Oh, that's when my wife was in the
We got-
hospital, wasn't it? I didn't
No,
get
that was Gilman.
we got ruined that day.
Gilman was at Drexel. We played Gilman at Drexel that year
Really?
at night. Yeah.
I just remember we got off the bus when it was game time. It was freezing cold out.
Marked by Andrew Eidenschank, whose brother, Casey, graduated last year along with Brandon Frey-Bogle.
It's a shame we don't have the commentators on this giving all the hockey terms and power plays and things that they give in the state championship commentary.
One-timer.
And they say Rambo's a righty.
Yeah, that was great. When he rips it left-handed.
Yeah.
Ooh. Reshko.
Here we go again.
Love this. Yep.
Ron Swanson.
Green.
Replay.
There's the second fastest player on
Uh,
the
Pass it
B.
to George.
Look.
B.
Face.
Oh,
What up,
Easy
Jeff?
assist right there.
Fur.
yeah.
That was my only left-handed pass all year.
It was a great look.
You look like you knew what you were doing, Bran.
Great through look.
What did the whole attack have? 2 or 3 goals each? Matt, you had 3. Sean had 2 or 3. I know Jeff did.
Yeah, I know they at least had 9 out of the 13.
That's what I mean. We just had to get the ball to you guys.
Yeah, lefty.
And Coleman, did they short stick you for a while? I think I see a short stick later.
Yeah, they tried to.
That's a
Didn't work out too well.
goal, too.
Oh boy.
How many
Trent
points did the Roki
Melsheimer never had a pull on him
Right.
again.
Let's ride it back, boys.
Yep.
Who was faster out of the 2 D middies?
That's all I had going for me.
Or 3 D middies.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Rocco.
Rocco was the
Rocco
fastest.
might be the fastest.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not on skates, though.
Yeah.
McGonigal's left hand was better,
That's for
but
sure.
Rocco was faster.
Oh, let's go get this.
Hammer this.
Great save, Fresco.
Ooh.
Big stop.
What up, Reshko?
I had to be fast. Anytime I had the ball and I didn't just run it out, Coach Rash, you were all over me. If I passed the ball, what are you doing? Just go.
Well, if you just ran fast, you didn't have
Don't
to throw
throw
it to
it to
anybody.
Connor.
Exactly.
Don't throw it to me.
I really love
Touch the ball, we have lost.
What was this play called? Where you score here, Matt?
I don't know, but I love this.
Big
play.
Red.
No.
Big red.
It was either Explorer or something.
Explorer.
Or, yeah.
You remember Big Red?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why do you have a short stick on Sean? Bad idea.
He was our 3rd best attackman.
Yeah, Sean, you must have had like 5 or 6 assists in this game.
Good call there, Coach Forrester. on the play.
What was that goalie's name? Is that Zanino?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Zanino,
Where'd
yeah.
he play in college?
Michigan.
Oh, yeah. He's left-handed, by the way.
One times it.
That was the fastest right-hand shot I've ever seen.
I think the commentator calls it a laser.
Yeah, a lot of lasers this game.
Calls it a laser.
There's another laser.
I still think I have this game saved on my DVR, actually, believe it or not, from like forever ago.
Ooh, sideline shot. Who's on our
Yeah,
sideline?
we need some sideline shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
There you go. There's a sideline.
Like I saw
Coach Leahy points at Rambo. He loves it.
Didn't have to do anything.
I
Just let
know.
everybody play.
It is ridiculous.
We shot at low. Coach Leahy was fired up.
Yeah.
Jack off Terry, man. MVP so far.
Yeah.
What I loved about this group at the end was we would have played anybody anywhere in the nation.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like we just were feeling it. We got better and better. At the end on our last game, could not have played any better.
And Sean, you were just like finally coming back, right? Did you miss the first half of the year?
Yeah, we didn't have him for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was just getting in the swing of things.
We got there. With the
Yeah,
ball.
this is
Mike-
our first. This is
Mike
our
Ream.
second.
And
Yeah,
Trent Melsheimer.
Trent
Mike
Melsheimer.
Ream and Trent Melsheimer and Steve
Nice.
Hudak.
The twos with an early.
That's
That's a
Hudak.
good second line midfield.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome second line.
Steve Hudak was the most left-handed, right-handed kid I've ever seen in my life.
Yep. Lefty on the run.
Yep.
Go righty lefty.
Nice. Ready. There you go.
Poor goalie hasn't even had a save. I mean, the first 4 shots are all in. When you know it's a long day. Here's Melsheimer on the big state stage.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Where's going?
Baby dinosaur. What do we call him that?
Call it a push.
The baby dinosaur.
Baby dinosaur. Yeah, his body was so skinny, but his head was so big.
The twos, man, they had a lot of pride.
Really did. Yeah, I think they got the heated out of any unit. Most heated.
Yeah.
Mike Green was tough. He was always really good, I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, he went hard.
Good cut backside right there. Throw the ball.
Hudak.
Robbie
Hudak.
screamed at the move it there.
Just held the ball for 10
You
seconds.
hear Robbie
Scream,
up
yelling
there.
at Hudak.
Raymer.
Oh,
Time. I think that was good time for the ones, coach.
Midline sub coming.
My favorite Melsheimer story when he was younger and we needed him against the Prep in that crazy game with Drake scoring. You guys remember that? And I asked
Yeah.
Melsheimer, I said,
Yeah.
we need you to go in. He goes, I can't do this. I don't want to go in.
That was pretty.
That's a nice move.
Yeah.
Lefty.
It's 3 in a row, right, Matt? And a flag. We'll go man up here.
Yeah.
I think we
No
hit,
face off.
Yeah, we hit somebody sneaking around. Maybe Symbolicita Coleman coming up.
Yeah. Great stick protection.
Yeah. Nice tuck.
Jeff, you got to be calling for that, man.
This poor goalie.
He's 0 for 6, and it's going to be 0 for 7 in a minute.
There's some snaps, though. Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
He's gonna have need a.
How was our man up unit? I don't remember how we were statistically.
Pretty good right here.
Yeah.
BMAC first sighting.
I remember that D guy just sit on that back pipe.
Yeah. Look at that. What a great look. Is that Jeff?
Spot.
Great look, Jeff.
Great shot, Sean.
Jeff, usually not an assist guy. I can't hear him.
I don't think his microphone worked.
Yeah.
The Nino just
That's a
slammed.
bad feeling right there.
No timeout yet, huh, from Coach Sampson?
If we kept up this pace, it would have been 48-0.
It's high to low.
They haven't touched the 9-minute mark, the 10-minute mark. That just got to be so demoralizing.
Yeah, then when they do get the ball, our defense just mauls them.
Yeah.
I'm out by us here. I think we wanted just one more to bury it, but we turn it over, don't we?
It's because we were still man up to save some because that was locked in.
Yeah.
Good call.
Sorry, guys.
I didn't think that was a force at all, Sean.
The game was too easy.
Pressure
at
on
that
the
point. We're
ball
trying to
with
make it
this
hard.
team.
Sean, did Scott ever play at Harvard? Jake Scott, right?
A little bit on Man Up.
Big kid.
Got Hudak caught out there.
The Nugget, was that George on the Nugget?
Ooh. Is that you, Shank?
What?
George or Shank? It looked
I
like
got
a
that.
Nugget.
It's me.
Nice Nugget there, Shank.
Thank you, sir.
And we got to give Michael T a shout out like some guys have done over the years. Could be playing offense for a lot of teams, and he did what we asked him to do. Was top D midi probably in the area, besides you, Brendan. Right, we have a lot of guys who self-sacrifice because that's what the team needed, but he could have been playing some serious offense and stud defensive end guy. So
Well, Tone, he scores a goal later in this game and has the best celebration of the game, if you remember.
Is that right?
It's like the camera gets him. And they show the whole thing. It's awesome.
He said that's why I'm here.
The first one of the year.
Was that your first goal all year?
Yeah.
That's
He's gonna
awesome.
he's gonna log off, Brian, after the goal.
Yeah.
Log off. I'm out, Seinfeld. I'm out.
That's classic.
wait, how about hockey senior year, Mike? How many goals in hockey?
I don't even know.
You guys won the state championship that year, right?
Yeah, they did.
Should have.
We won the year before we lost. We lost senior year.
Oh, you did?
You lost.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember that. You guys
bringing it
missed our DeMatha game, and yeah, that was tough.
We should have won that game, Mike. I scored that game. They didn't count it.
Yeah, Resco did have a big goal, and they called it off. We would have went up like 3-0.
Talk about big celebration.
That's
Jeez.
Yeah, big celebration for no goal.
That went nuts.
You would have thought I never scored a goal in my life before.
It might have been the first.
Yeah, I think it actually was.
Wasn't it earlier in the year that Bergman hit the 110-yard shot on the ESPN highlights?
Katie
Yeah.
Sampson Festival
Yeah.
against Haverford.
Katie Sampson.
Top 10 ESPN.
Yeah.
Harrington,
And-
you were all over that from the moment Nody went 10-man.
Well, we practiced it for 14 days before the game.
So we couldn't
literally.
agree, remember?
And I
we
was
threw it to the goalie.
2.5 quarters. I was
That goal
staring
was
at the
only
Haverford
second to
goalie,
out.
and as soon as he walked out of the net, I just started screaming 10 man. Hopper, hopper, hopper.
Stared at the goalie.
I literally stared at the goalie for 40 minutes.
That's awesome.
I don't think we hit the
There he
goal in
goes.
14 days. And then one
Yeah,
shot.
we never
by
did it in
Bergman.
practice, and he
Yeah.
drills the top corner.
Just the way we drew it up.
And then, Bill, you looked at Coach Nostrand. You were like, "I dare you to 10 man us again."
Our first 3 minutes with it, Stoker's best 3 minutes.
All right, Stefan's goal was second only to George going high to low from 18.
Radner.
Yeah,
You know,
pulled up from the restraining line, high to low.
That was a big juice goal, though. That got us up by 2, I think.
yeah, that was important. I think we only won 6-4.
That was the closest game of the playoffs, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Pascal, you had one in that game too, right?
Nah, it was my first one.
Really?
On and only.
Why do you got to keep bringing that up, guys?
Come on,
Well, who did we beat? We beat Allegheny, right? Didn't we beat to get here? And then
That
Garnet
was a
Valley before that,
bloodbath.
who we hammered.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
Garnet.
Oh, remember that? They had their whole fan base there, and we
We
won
just
10-0,
annihilated them.
10-0 in the first 10 minutes.
I went to school with the Brownell team. He said going into the game, they were just like telling everyone, like, we have no shot. But just come out. It's going to be the last game.
It was like 300 degrees during that game too. I remember it was like playing on the sun.
Oh, because that kid that passed
Yeah,
away.
they had lost somebody.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good first quarter, man. 6-0.
Should have been 11.
Elsheimer with control, right wing, just in front of the Conestoga bench as he gives it off to Ream, who has been known to be a strong dodger and shooter.
Stoga go zone here a little bit, guys.
Yeah, down 6-0 and go zone. That is a desperation call right there.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked.
threw it away right away.
Oh, coach.
Matt.
Yeah.
Should have just finished that. If it was Jeff, he would have.
Give it to Pascali. He scores all the time.
Oh.
This poor kid doesn't want to get in stick range of Andrew Grayeski. Walk away with a broken arm.
I think I threw one check that whole game. My average shift time was about 15 seconds.
You threw a couple good ones on that first possession.
Wayne, I think I remember you on the bus ride home being like, I didn't even play. They just didn't have the ball.
Yeah.
That was awesome about that team. That Wayne and George were just so interchangeable. Like it never even mattered. You didn't even know who was out there at pole. They just were always in the right spot. They looked alike. They were the same height. They both threw crazy checks.
Lumber.
Both fast, athletic. Like just put them out there. It was great.
I remember being interchanged with George all the time. Just Coons would be, each one of us every time be like, Juice, get here. George.
Oh, we got to have a slide man.
Come on, Reshko. You got to have that one.
Does Nicky Buck get in this game?
Hey.
Yeah, that's the best at the end when Coach Lay gives everyone the medals, seeing who's all on the team. Forgot about half of them.
Because I don't rock underneath. Yeah.
That's the way it's designed.
Slide down.
Coach.
On the pipe, Reshko.
Yo, what was the double invert called? I forget.
Carolina.
Single or double.
Invert zone. Sorry, invert
You
zone.
had those shoulders you have now. Back then, you would have definitely thrown up that night.
What's all this? How come you're flexing? What do you got, Nick?
He
You're
is
pumping
a
up?
monster now. If you
Is that
haven't
right?
seen this man, oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Throws tires around.
He's like
CrossFit.
Yeah.
For what reason? Just for fun?
Well, I figured I wasn't going to get any taller, so I just tried to get a little bit wider.
Nice.
Increase your area, surface area.
Who was our first midfield? BMAC? And then Reamer?
BMAC, Shaw.
BMAC, Shaw, and Drake, it looks like.
I think I just –
We worked on this play forever, too.
Pretty.
And we missed.
That's a
I
great
came
play.
out of the midfield and then ran straight to the crease and had a grand old time there. Just went on my merry way.
You made a lot of money in the crease in college, too. You did good.
Yeah.
Stoga's still in the zone.
Who on that midline would we want to get stuck back on defense, though, is the question.
BMAC.
Yeah,
100% BMAC.
Heck yeah.
I play
catch.
I play men's league with BMAC, and he plays pole in our men's league, and he's an absolute force. He has like 100 calls per game. He's hilarious.
I think every time BMAC ended up on defense, we ended up
What?
man.
I was excited to hear what you guys say.
There comes Gretzky.
Oh, boy.
Get him.
Not fast enough.
This is the part where Stefan and Shank argue. And
I know, yeah, and I have to walk in there and just yell at them.
And Resh goes like, no, stop. Seriously, like.
It was a healthy relationship.
Behind the goal, I had to go get in between those two kids.
every time, every goal.
What would they argue about? Whose fault it was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
every time.
Your cleats look stupid.
Stefan, you have too many armbands on.
Yeah.
Too many earrings.
Too many feelings.
He's another big lifter like Reshko. I think he's the strength coach at Villanova.
That's what he does.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He rides like a cafe racer, and he's a strength coach at Villanova. Like a motorcycle guy. Little offensive lull here.
Well, the zone's giving us an issue. We figured it out later, but last 3 possessions, we've chucked it inside and turned it over.
We were just excited.
Blood was in the water.
Mentioned the 80-yard shot for Stefan.
Good pressure, Andrew.
Reshko, your uniform is so baggy. I love it.
Little Harringtons right there, Bri.
Yeah,
doesn't do me any
it's
favors.
Jack
Rock.
and Charlie right there. They're like
So
6'5" now.
Wow, I forgot about horns in high school lacrosse.
Uh-huh.
Man,
Sidelines, yeah.
sideline horn.
Pascal, you never got tired.
I know.
Going off the field.
What's your deal, man?
So the nature and pace of the game changing a little bit at this point here, guys. But, up for any change whatsoever in the game plan. I know you mentioned they went to zone, which changes up the offensive scheme a bit. Where are you guys at this point?
I think it's a natural. I mean, as much as you want to keep your foot on the gas, as they say, that's 6-0 is a tough one to sustain. So I think we just had a little lull. And the zone, of course.
I think we go on a little run coming up.
Yeah. Don't forget, they're defending state champs, and Brian Sampson's a really good coach, and he knows what he's doing, and, they're proud guys. They're going to keep fighting. They're not going away.
Don't force the ball anymore on the offense, I think, was the message now, pretty much. You can hold it, like Coach Leahy says, if they're going to play zone, just hold it.
Yeah, and defensively, we're just still being patient because they were doing the same thing. So no reason to get aggressive, and we're up 4, give them anything.
Sometimes it takes a while to figure out the zone and have some touches at it. Once we break, it's a great shot.
Funny.
So much whipping that thing's always going low.
Shoot it at the feet, hope for the best.
All that shooting at West.
That low angle shot from inside the hashes. I don't know.
Reshko, I bring more heat than Sean, right? That's what everyone's saying.
You got the most heat out of anyone on this call, probably. I don't think I could ever stop your shot.
You hear that, Matt?
I just know
I would say
that it was easy in practice.
I would say I'm a very not good shooter, but every time I shot with Reshko, he could not save a goddamn thing.
Out of here! You're so
I think it was a mental thing, but
no, you couldn't hit the cage. I was getting frustrated because you couldn't hit the cage, and then you're getting mad. So I was like, I'll let this kid score, make him feel good.
Yeah, I'm sure Reshko.
What was it that broke your
I did do it through CE Psyche.
I think Pete Altieri had the hardest shot back then.
He did. He had a hammer.
He brought the noise.
Where is he in this game?
He was playing baseball.
Switch to baseball.
Baseball
Winning
team.
Oh, my God, I forgot all about that.
Pitching on the baseball team.
Wait, I totally forgot about that.
They won the state championship this year too, right?
Yeah,
Or no, the year before.
he was so good. He could pick up anything.
Yeah.
Pick up any sport.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
What are you doing right now, Sean?
Class
I don't even know if anyone would know at this point.
What's up?
I said I could be
Peter in like med school still, or what was he doing?
Yeah, he's studying at Georgetown.
That's awesome.
Matt, what were you saying?
I said I think our class won like 7 or 8 like state championships that year, but I could be wrong.
We won one in swimming, right?
Swimming.
Didn't we
won
have
one.
a ridiculous? What was the
it's
number
a
of
great
D1
look.
athletes?
50.
55.
Fab 55, yeah. 55
Ridiculous.
D1 athletes. It's crazy.
Yo,
He also had that. He had that team win the national championship in like the Penn relays too.
The distance medley, the DMR, yeah.
come on, Shaw.
The backhand.
Put it his left. He was scared.
That'll look good if it went though.
Yeah, but this is a great possession. We moved it well. Goalie made a big save. Another one.
Rode it back.
Rode it back earlier.
Yeah.
That's no hustle.
Nice ride, Matt.
Cement feet.
Just
You gotta stick on. Good job, Shane.
Yeah.
One thing about the whole game is from the beginning all the way through, you just never felt they were going to get us. Right, guys? You're just like,
Yeah.
this is not your day. Last year, the year before was your year. That stunk, and we're just going to play with you for a while.
I mean,
Like men against boys.
Me and Sefin were over on their sideline at like 3-0, telling them to just get back on the bus. So I'd say we were pretty cocky, maybe.
All class,
confident.
baby. All class.
Where's Bach?
Yeah. Nick Buckley with a short stick.
That's who that is.
Nick Buckley.
Are we in the zone right now? What is this?
No way.
That was weird.
There you go, Nick.
Stefan used to crush people.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Rocco.
CB East at scrimmage. Does anyone remember that?
Which scrimmage?
That's insane.
CB East when
The
Stefan.
one at night. The one at night, yeah.
That was like a scary hit.
What could Horeshko be saying right now?
Calling timeout to get his shorts untucked from his socks.
You all right there, Rob?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Good luxury to have two lefty defensemen on this team, too. You know, you play teams that are predominantly right-handed. You have two lefty guys that can go play those guys.
That works. That works as long as you don't have a kid like Haverford had, where like the little quick kid who I couldn't cover for the life of me. That was scary.
Wasn't that a man?
That was.
It was.
Grant the man.
Yeah, that aged well, Connor.
Whatever happened to
You're
him?
off the hook.
Right. Back when he was like 5'6" and 140.
Right.
That was even worse for me.
Beautiful pass in front, met by a bulldozer with Shaw in the form of Lucas Dickey, the junior.
I know we get a couple more before the half.
I think we get to 10 or 9 before the half. I think we scored like at least 2 quick ones.
We got our bestie Mitty on right now.
Look at that. Everybody gets a piece of that guy.
Yeah. Way to play your arc there, Reshko. You're 14 feet out of the goal.
Got to make himself big somehow.
He was literally at the soccer. He's at the 18.
Automatic clear right here.
He's going to delay a game penalty.
Ooh.
Too much.
Too much.
Gas playing that hard defense.
Yeah. So let's just go down and shoot. Great idea.
Go right back down and play some more D.
Yeah.
We'll rest on the face-off.
I think Hudak scores here right before the buzzer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a shot down the alley.
Doesn't he get crunched a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steps into one.
He got crunched about 25 times this year. Remember that? He got hammered up in New York. He got killed. He
A couple.
gave up his body to score a goal for sure.
The kid played hard.
Yep.
Played hard, yep.
That was the MO of our team, though. Everyone on our team, for the most part, had that blue-collar mentality.
There you go. Right there.
Hudak had a good shot.
Hudak with his right hand.
Plus, with just seconds left, you head into halftime. You put 8 up on them.
Hudak, another barrage player.
Yeah, true.
Yep. Barrage well represented.
Barrage.
T, did you go 2 T-shirts this game?
Pretty sure I got 2 on.
Pretty good. 5 different goal scorers.
You keeping track?
I just heard it.
Yeah, they just did it.
It's like, what? Impressive, Matt.
He's got a
Student of the
spreadsheet
game.
out in front of him.
Student of the game, coach.
Majored in science. We know this.
That's right.
The heat coming up.
Yeah, it's a cool view.
Hit himself in the foot.
Good sideline shot.
Do we split halves with the goalies this half? So is McDougal in now, or Reshko just played the whole way?
Yeah, I think Connor got in at halftime.
McDougie.
McDougie.
He took up a lot of cage after you stepped out.
That's a good
Right?
change up right there.
Yin and yang.
Tough visual for the opponents.
I mean, he might be the same. Just like now, put on a little more weight since.
Back to the zone.
Down by 6 and in the zone, but it's keeping them around.
Comes a point where you can't stay in there any longer.
Doesn't let the horses totally out of the barn so you're not embarrassed in a state championship game.
I mean, 13-4 still pretty bad.
See ya.
This is nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Swoop.
So I was trying to remember what happened when you guys were juniors. I can't remember where we ended up.
We lost to Conestoga the year before right there.
10-7.
In Hershey.
10-7, yeah.
And we were up 2-0, I think.
Yeah, and then Rambo hit the post, and the ball deflected across the midline. They picked it up and scored.
Oh, jeez.
Bradley Lord.
Remember, we would have went up 3-0.
Yep. If Matt was a better
Shark Tank.
Oh boy.
Shark Tank.
Get that guy.
Ah, nice handle. Nice play.
Sliding upfield.
Got everybody in. All good.
Gretzky, you legit look like you're skating when you're running.
Did a little bit of a shuffle.
There's our boy Luke Franken. Did he graduate? Was he the year before?
Like 3 years.
Or is he the
5 years before.
Yeah,
It was the
he's
Like
like,
Patrick's year, I think.
yeah, he's like my brother's best friend.
He and Victor switched off, I think. That was the goalie tandem.
I love it when he would ref some of our Catholic games. He'd look at me and go, "I got you, coach."
He's the box box ref at the Wings game.
I thought that was Andrew. That's Diodona.
No, it's Luke. Well,
really?
Diodona does it sometimes. Luke does it most of the time.
Yeah, Diodona told me he roped him in. He was all proud. He's like, I got him to help me with the Wings games. Diodona. Remember when the guys went to watch him box because he had taken up boxing?
I think his dad's the head football coach at LC.
Yeah, he's an LC.
Diodoni is an incredible coach.
Yeah. Just ran our own line. Connor had him.
Yeah.
I think Stoga gets another 1 or 2 coming up. No, guys? Do you remember?
Yeah, they get, I think it's 8-3 at one point.
That might be the closest they get. It was just a fun day. You know, we played good lacrosse, and Stoga was just what the doctor ordered.
There, Stefan.
Dougie with the body save.
Give you that save?
The patented.
And if I remember, Stoga didn't have a great year. They got it together in the second half of the year. In the regular season, I think.
Yeah, I think they lost a bunch of guys. So.
Whoa, Rocco.
Nice job, Chris.
Yeah, Chris Rocco.
Automatic clear.
Rocco, you knew I wasn't running.
Put the ball in my stick. That's all I do.
One pass, Rocco. Just good for one pass.
B-Mac get hurt this game?
B-Mac hobbling because he's going to get yelled at.
In the crease. Fake ankle sprain.
He's going to be so pissed when this recording comes out.
Yeah, I wish he was on.
Look, he's fine.
He'd have a good reason for that decision.
Yeah.
Now it's the hip.
Besides busting on, though, he had a great season for us. And I thought he did everything you asked, Rob, on offense.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah,
especially when you would invert him.
Tough kid, too.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a fighter. He had to lead the team in fights and practice, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Aiden Kerrigan had a pretty.
You don't trifle with Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Remember when Kerrigan lit up Klibanoff?
Klibanoff when he weighed about 105 pounds.
He gets in.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, at the end.
Really?
You have his
Number
visor
32.
up. You have his visor up, Coach. You could lift it up.
Who else? I think Stephen and Shaw was usually a good fight matchup, right?
I think Vince had about 3 scraps in practice this
Yeah,
year, too, didn't he?
He was feisty, too.
Vince had a couple.
Wait, didn't he not play?
He was hurt.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Remember, I think it was our junior year, Colin Kelly.
Here it is,
This
T.
might be it. This is it.
Oh,
Let's
boy.
Go
go.
get him, T.
He's in
Let's go.
transition.
Fastest skater out
Oh.
there. Celebration. Watch the celebration.
The back pedal.
The back on the pump fist. Amazing.
Talk about no, yes.
Yeah.
Standing.
Inside the hash.
I was yelling green the whole way, T.
Like a yellowish green.
He was just saving it up.
I'm shocked you can't hear your dad on the
Yeah,
broadcast.
he's definitely so proud right now.
Jules.
I told you he's an O guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He loves Bill Leggy.
I like that overhand.
Everybody loved me, Brian.
In the words of Dylan Smith, we say yellow, but all you hear is YOLO.
Ooh, good take.
The goalie's going to need an ice bath.
Ooh, you hear that, Matt? They're saying you go ice cold during this game.
That's all right. They're crushing.
I was going to say, if you're the #1 recruit in the nation and you're going to go ice cold, and you're playing on LaSalle College high school team, you have some other teammates that are smarter, that's for sure.
I say ice cold, but the guy's already got a hat trick. Maybe cool down.
Is that a D-Mitty Reamer?
I think it's Buck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, lefty. Oh, 26. Nice.
Underrated. He went D1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two times.
Nice defense, guys.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go again.
George?
Oh, yeah.
That might be the fastest I run the whole game.
Down the side.
Then for George, you screwed up.
Unforced turnover in this game, and there's been many of them. More specifically.
Looking good, Rocco.
This quarter's going quick too.
Look at that ride.
The goalie outruns us all.
Come on, Sean, you're a D-back. Come on.
I remember they had that backside motion on like every wing dodge. So annoying.
That's a pretty goal.
That's on me, guys. I got lost inside. That's on me.
That's what they're looking for, that guy curling.
Yeah.
He could do that.
That goes back to what I was talking about
Now, guys, for the LaSalle folks that are watching us right now, they're seeing some domination here in the state championship game. Was this throughout? I mean, throughout the state championship, were you guys tested much? And if so, what did any of those tests look like?
So who was our first round game, guys? Do you remember?
We played Radnor at PW. It was
That
close
was the
game.
most competitive game.
It was like 6-5, I think, wasn't it?
6-4.
Yeah.
6-4. Yeah.
Then it was Garnet Valley in a blowout.
That was like 16-1, right?
Right, and then Allegheny, somebody.
North Allegheny,
and that was a blowout.
They drop a statistic at one point that you guys outscored your opponents 24-2 in first half state championship games.
Wow.
That might have been the playoffs, actually, Bob. I think the leading up to the
Sorry, state playoff
including
games.
including this game. So those 4 games we were
right.
I mean, it was interesting. We haven't had many teams that could do it, but I do think we've reached a point where, I mean, it's somewhat cliche, but it was about us very much. You know, when we were playing well, it was had a lot of good things, good pieces to the puzzle for sure.
I can't believe they're still in zone right now.
Well, wasn't their number 1 defenseman hurt, Matt? The kid that went to Delaware? I forget his name.
Carson
Yeah.
Scott.
He didn't play the whole year.
He was out all year. Yeah, he missed the whole season.
Good check.
It's a good hack.
Wow.
Great.
Just like your earlier goal, Jeff.
All right, Jeff. That's your finish.
Simba.
Trick pony. Did that to Fairfield a few times, if I remember correctly.
That's how they used to do it on the mean streets of New Hope, Sulbury.
Yes.
Symbolista, you know, my neighbor is your old football coach from New Hope.
Who's that? I never played football.
DeTulio. He was all bent that you had left and transferred. Did you know him? Gym teacher?
I did know him. He was my gym teacher, not my football coach.
Oh, your gym teacher. He's like, I can't believe he left. I was like, well, can't mow the lawn in peace without him yelling at me.
The fact that you guys were numbers 1, 2, and 3 was pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
I hate to say it, but it was pretty cool.
I had the easiest job in the world. That there. These guys did everything.
Don't sell yourself short, Jeff.
Oh, it's so nice, though. I just chilled.
Come on, P-Mac.
Oh, good luck.
Great look.
Jeez. Driver on the putting green.
I like that analogy. It's a good one.
I think they get one more, and that's all she wrote. The rest is us the rest of the way.
We're offsides
Is that
here.
Sean? Sean just get a penalty there?
Nah, we were offsides.
Offsides.
Zach Drake.
I was back on defense there, so I was probably fired.
Yeah, our whole attack was on defense.
You didn't see me
Was
back
well.
Great shot.
Great shot.
Yeah.
Reshko would have had it.
Not wrong.
This was a fun group every day this year too. Like you guys had fun together. You came. Nobody was. You came to work, but you had fun too every day. It was an awesome year.
We had fun. We had fun when we were allowed to, but
yeah,
I feel like we were.
I mean, even at practice, you guys, the healthy D versus O every day, getting after each other. Like it was a great group.
Yeah,
great seniors.
Competition was incredible.
How many seniors do we have? Like 18?
18.
Check in there. Andrew.
Nate Ezzo.
Yeah.
Just about to say that.
Yeah.
Where is he?
It's pretty much our whole starting D and starting out.
I think the sleeper was Will Mishler was on the team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're even back up here. I gotta dive there.
You
Come
do.
on.
Come on, Yale.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is
Give
that
me
Yale's
effort.
thing?
Would you guys do that in practice?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
Michael T, remember what happened your freshman year in college?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're playing Maryland.
Yeah.
my freshman year,
When I
and
spoke to you.
some dude blasts a shot at like Chanichuk, and I'm running to the end line, and I look next to me, and it's Matt, and I reach for it, and they blow it for us. I beat him to the end line.
I was in
He
front,
goes
though.
and picks up the ball, thinking they won. I was like, "Yo, give me the ball," and he wouldn't give it to me, so I smack it out of his stick, and they blow the whistle, and we're running up the field, and he like curses at me and calls me Ellen, and the ref hears it and like threatens to throw a flag on me.
Yeah, but I did beat you to the end line. I think I beat all the D middies in that 40-yard dash that one day when we were all race in. Besides Rocco.
What?
You're not displaying a whole lot out on the ride though today.
Yeah.
Gotta conserve energy. Right?
For the defense, we're like, yo, don't ride too hard. We're trying to play some D2. So
Yeah, there you go.
some playing time.
You're
Play
just
Shank.
sharing.
Yeah, Shank. Run.
George.
Just like practice, Matt. Stripping you every day.
Yes.
What was that?
I try to flip it.
Having a little fun now.
Get a ride, Matt. There you go.
There he goes.
Final 30 seconds of the third. Numbers as Langerhans gets
Oh my God.
Yikes.
Possession shot there.
Yes, sir.
That was a ski.
That actually is a very good shot, in my opinion, John, just because if he catches the net, it's a goal. If he misses it, the team's still going to get the ball back with 20 seconds.
With 15 to go right now.
Carolina.
They need a strike quickly on Cage. Atkinson.
Oh, good save.
Doug.
Wow.
Scally
Oh.
coming up with the nice
Well,
First
Hand
First time
grenade.
ground balls.
Fumble Reese.
Still got the stat, though.
Timeout
He
to
got
save
three.
you, Connor.
He
Timeout
got
to
three
save
ground
you.
balls on one
Yeah,
play.
it's keeping it loose. 2 CTOs and 1 ground ball. Perfect.
Rash, you had good APR. I'm not going to lie to you.
Thank you, Andrew.
We're back in Hershey after this timeout. Final 12 minutes here in Hershey. Will it be a 4-piece?
So do we empty the bench at some point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Connor Scafidi ends up in
Yeah,
goal.
Connor Scafidi was the last
Wow.
one in.
Where's that guy?
Stop it.
All right, here's the sideline shot. Who's
All right,
on there?
There's Mitch. There's Mitch.
Aiden Kerrigan, Mitch, yeah.
Do we get a
17
Craig
Salle
Coleman
Legends.
sighting?
Who's
Ezra, number 9.
Ezra's 9.
Daddy-o. All right.
Remember Phil Brady? What did we call him?
Hey,
Animal.
John.
Oh, his brother was playing.
Tony loved Phil
Derek
Brady.
Bitzer, number 33.
How's young
Shout out
Craig
to
doing?
us.
Yo, Bitzer. Oh, that's good.
Bitzer.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Derek
Is he
Bitzer.
out in
Bitzer
Denver?
was awesome.
Yeah, he's in Denver.
Matt Ladadio.
That's the D guy, number 17. Yeah.
Matt Ladadio, yeah.
Dude, tough kid. He had a good,
Yeah.
he had a good year his senior year.
Shout out Matt Flack.
Played a little at Scranton, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly.
Shout out Mount Flack.
Black. Little homie.
Remember Bitzer I used to coach the FEMO team this year, which was the fake EMO offense. And we would go in and Bitzer was always my
Save.
shooter on the fake EMO play.
Yeah, we would always know when we were practicing man down, we would know to follow Bitzer.
Follow Bitzer.
It's some absurd plays.
The one where
Yeah,
we
you
would
did.
have
It was pretty creative.
somebody got down and barked like a dog, and Bitzer would pull off and catch the ball and shoot it.
Yeah,
Vader.
the Vader.
Vader, that's right, Vader play.
Short for elevator for the
Elevator.
people who watch
You
this
shoot
later.
it low to high.
Just watching it over.
Well, you forget until you watch it how little Stoga threatened the entire game.
Yeah.
We have the ball a lot. I mean, times we turn it over, they don't take it. We just jam it inside and kind of goofing around. Matt winging it one-handed.
Did we get any skis in this game?
I don't think so.
I think we broke those out in the state final, though.
No, you play that one.
We also elevated it this year to I would take face-offs and intentionally jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, On Cage.
It's always great in like a blowout game when you put somebody out on the wing and Tony would tell them to jump on the wing and they would jump and the ref would blow the whistle and then Tony would yell at the kid for jumping.
That's why you're not on the field.
What did you do?
Is Jim Skremski our manager this year?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Could be.
Was he your guys' age?
You're younger.
Shibata Hensky, for sure.
Christian Andrigian.
All right, so we're man up here, right?
Christian Andrigian.
Andrigian was the manager.
We broke out the tape, Resh, this weekend.
What's that?
The commercial tape.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
Our
Jordan
acting career.
shopping bag.
Yeah.
The shopping place.
Potentially.
Nice
Good
ride,
man up ride,
fellas.
guys.
Nice ride.
Good man up ride.
Shark Tank.
Ooh.
That's ice cold.
Good chase out, Jeff.
Is that B-Mac or John?
What a great move. And again, when you start talking about some of the top players in the country.
Sorry, stolen valor. Good job, B-Mac.
B-Mac
Rob, you remember our man up play names?
I don't.
Virginia.
I remember that. We didn't run that this game, though.
Nina to Duke. Was that
Nina
still in
to
the?
Duke.
Yeah.
Hopkins.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Oh.
Is that off the pipe?
Yeah.
I think goalie might have gotten a little piece of it.
Great skip.
Does Reamer have one in this game?
There you go, Sean.
Didn't he have one earlier?
There you go, Coleman.
That's an attackman turned D-Midi senior year of college. For
Yeah. Showing things to come in this game.
Are you talking about yourself, Sean?
Yeah. Way to catch on there, Andrew.
My video is freezing, so I don't know if
Coach.
you're on the defensive end right now.
Oh, here we go, George. How you was out of there?
Just mauled.
This guy's getting slashed.
There you go, Chris.
Stefan just wants to hit someone. So.
Yeah.
There you go, T.
Good pull there.
Remember,
One of our best clears right there. Just like it out.
Return.
It's another one of those unforced turnovers for Conestoga that they couldn't afford to have. Pioneers have struggled a little.
Is that Brian at attack?
Yeah.
Oh.
Another pipe.
Yep. Gave him a little dip, too.
Yeah. He was smooth.
What'd we end with? 13, 14?
13-4, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, really not an action-packed fourth quarter.
Matt, does your dad still string your sticks?
Nah, he gave that up.
Give that up. Make it sound like a bad habit or something.
Oh.
You got clean.
BMAC is trying to get one. Great bounce shot.
Ugh.
Yuck. Lefty 3/4.
The skipper.
Bounced it 10 yards outside the crease.
They're all ours the rest of the way.
I got to get my stick up.
Yikes.
Good shot.
That was like I think bounced literally 12 yards from the goal.
I think it bounced twice.
That's absurd.
Old school.
They're missing all the face-offs, but it looks like Jack Terry's winning all of them.
That was like
Ground
my
ball.
whole
Great
highlight.
ground ball.
Is that you, Sean?
That's Sean, yeah.
Pioneers got it together. Coach Sampson talked to his
Look at those wheels Juicy getting off the field.
That's all I did all game.
Gretzky ran 3.5 miles, and it was all from to the box and back.
No Nemos for you this game, Rambo. Remember we used to throw down and pick down in transition for you?
Yeah, we didn't need that. Pascali was scoring.
I think it was it Delco? It was Brian? Remember that one year we passed down, picked down to Rambo, and he literally ripped the goal off the.
Yeah, that was when we played at Harrington. It was
Downingtown West.
Downingtown West, and they went into a zone, and we called the play right away. And Matt literally, the goal almost flipped over when he scored. They were in the zone for about 5 seconds, and they came right out of it. One shot, and they were like, "That's not going to work."
That ain't it.
I think the thing I remember from that game, though, is Casey Eidenchenk had about 3 yard sales in a matter of 20 seconds on our sideline. Like, one kid picked the ball up, Casey would yard sale. Another kid picked the ball up, Casey yard sale him. They just couldn't catch a break that game either.
Yeah, Casey was a cheat code. He was incredible.
You're good too, Andrew.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh?
Are you the tree?
You're the apple, Andrew.
I think I'm a seed, Coach Harrington.
I got a goalie out.
Are you referring to the general, of course?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Great play.
All right, Shank.
There he is.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
It's our pole coming out of the box.
Look at that.
I need to stop headmanning.
I think it's the first time I watched the game.
Jeff gets one.
Yep.
Lefty.
Jeff.
Yikes.
Go keep one.
Is it 4, Jeff, in this game?
I don't know where that lefty came from. I don't remember anything. It's fluke.
Playing for 6 years with Jeff, I've never seen someone so blasé about scoring goals. That was always my favorite part. Never got excited.
I think it was because that one game I tried to be cool and get in the Radnor goalie's face, and your dad tore my face off. So I stopped with that.
Life lesson.
Right.
See ya.
Another one of our D-Mitty clears.
Nice look.
Ah,
Nice
good luck.
finish.
Finish. Jeez.
Who was the D-Mitty? Who started that?
Oh, Terry.
Jack Terry face off.
Nice.
That's a nice little dagger there.
And I think that's one of those explore offensive attacks that we heard about leading up to the game, and they just totally exposed the Conestoga.
I remember as this ticked down, like there was so much hype about us and got off to such a lousy start. We were playing so well, giving it to somebody in the state championship game. It's just like, that's a good way to end if you're a coaching staff. You look at your boys and say, they are maximizing their ability, just giving it to them. It's only minutes. Like we could just enjoy the end. That was nice. Just watching you guys and getting guys in. That doesn't always
Which
happen.
Nate Ezzo just took that draw.
Yeah, Nate Ezra's leading.
Stuck on D. Oh, no, we're getting him off. Oh, boy.
Saxophone with them.
Coach Leahy, you mentioned the dominance of the game. Is this a historically dominant state championship game as far as the history of PIAA lacrosse?
I think you'd have to go look at the years, but definitely up there.
I think we won 14-3 my year.
Yeah, your year, but that wasn't a PIAA
That was like
year.
Shady Side or somebody. Was
No, we beat Malvern. The real
Did
one.
we really?
No,
Oh,
Malvern, dude.
We beat Malvern in a running clock.
Malvern was ranked like number 2 or 3 in the country, and we weren't even ranked.
Wow.
Like Lex when it was like Penn Trotter, Howard, Malvern.
That was everybody in before the PIAA.
Yeah,
real
I
state.
remember that. That was a good year of lacrosse.
Yeah, one of my favorite memories of that was actually with Forrester. That team liked to take the hardest path. Remember that, Rob?
Yep.
Like, what's the hardest path? And I used to go to a meeting with all the coaches throughout the state, or the eastern part, and the coaches would all rank the teams 1 to 16. And, of course, there were politics. And people would move people around. And then they tally up all the votes, and that's where your ranking fell. So if you got the least amount of votes, you were the 1 seed and all the way up to the 16. And as soon as that came out, Rob, you called me and said, "Is Ridley in our bracket?" Remember that? because everything.
Out Ridley.
Yep, out Ridley. Is Ridley in our bracket? I said they are.
Yes,
That
sir.
used to be my least favorite week of practice.
Ridley week.
We'd have to like carry
Ridley
around benches and like.
We still did that. Oh, we did it. Yeah, this year.
So what does it mean to out Ridley?
Coach Rash.
Yeah, well, they were the dominant power when, Rob, what year were you?
2000. It was like 2002, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the early 2000s, and they just had talk about a working class mentality. We always tell the story about they'd beaten us in a regular season game and in a muddy grass field, and after the game we're heading to the bus, and their like top guys or captains were lugging the goals off after the game, covered in mud from head to toe, and it was we were just like, maybe that's how they developed that toughness. It's all about the team, all about doing what you have to do. So that was kind of a mentality we tried to adopt, and certainly with Rob's class, maybe at the forefront of that, developing that was Ridley being better than Ridley.
And it was that moment, Coach Rash, where we were like, maybe freshmen shouldn't get the water anymore, that we don't have classes anymore. We'll take turns sharing our responsibilities.
All in.
We also used to say, like, you'd play Ridley and it would be like 6-3 or 8-5, but you've come off the field and you'd feel like you lost 18-0. They had the ball the whole game and they beat the snot out of you and you just didn't have a chance. But they weren't like, they were very deliberate and they were, they weren't like electric, but you just felt like you got clobbered when you played them.
Got a couple guys in here. I saw Cody Mazurek just jumped in.
Coach Mazurek.
Where's he coaching?
Sal, baby.
Sal, man.
Yeah,
Is he really?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Cody.
Jared Walls.
Jared Walls.
Hey,
Yeah.
big Colton.
Jared Walls.
Yeah.
Here's Aiden.
Is that Aiden?
Yeah.
Wait, what number was Craig this year, Sean?
16.
16.
Craig was 16 this year.
Thank you. I didn't remember.
Let him off the hook.
Yeah.
It's the thing.
John, where is Craig?
Is that Bitzer?
He's in Denver.
Denver?
Yep.
Nice.
Forgot about keep it in the box.
You have to keep it in the box. Yeah, that's
Tough
crazy.
rule.
Terrible rule.
Oh boy.
There's Buck. That Buck?
Brady.
That's
Oh,
Brady.
there he is.
Brady.
We got everybody in by now, right? Everybody's
Brady
in.
broke like
There's
4
Bitzer.
helmets that year.
Bitzer on D right there.
There's Klubinoff.
Put in the female.
Coons. Coach Lay, is that Vince hugging you?
Yeah, I learned to bring change of clothes from that day forward. Long, cold ride home.
We went and ride some roller coasters after this with our kids. It was a great day.
Kohler Settler.
Kohler Settler.
Yeah, I was about to say
Wow.
Kohler.
Chunk.
Who's 21?
Travis.
Travis.
Yeah.
Travis is the last name. I don't
Travis
remember.
Miller.
I think this
Trav
is
Miller.
Klivanoff. This is Klivanoff.
Yeah, that's
Right
Klubinoff.
here.
Mitch in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
There
With
it
the ball.
is. That
There
was
we
just a
go.
great ending to a great day
Oh.
for a super team.
Coach Leahy, you dog pile here.
Yeah, I don't do that very often, but I was just glad that we accomplished what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, it's Klubinoff.
There's Austin.
And then Coons jumped on top
Yeah,
of
he
me.
did. You see him getting up off you. That's great.
Whoa, Shank. Highest I've ever seen you jump.
Coons.
Yes. General.
Steve Hudak.
And it's amazing of all the 9 teams that went to a state championship, how different they all were for the most part.
Flecker.
So what was unique about
Jared
this
Wallace.
one, Coach Leahy?
Boy, it was just be hard to beat us. There were so many guys who could beat you. And when they all played well together like they were down the stretch, just a machine. You could just let them go, like I said when we opened up the show. Just let them go, let the horses run. For other years, like last year, you were holding on to the reins every step of the way as coaches. Not this group.
We got 3 Harringtons and Emily Leahy on the sideline there.
Sean Coleman.
Coach Resch, we figured out how to do the medals. We tried so many different ways over all the years.
Yeah.
This one worked.
I forget, do we get everybody or restricted number? Or for some reason, the PIAA limits 25 medals, no matter how many guys you have. It's crazy.
If you send medals, yeah.
Zach Drake.
There we go.
Got
it perfect.
Numbering correctly was tough for this group.
Oh, jeez. Shaw, skinny Shaw.
Yo.
Andrew Gretzky. Nick Oreshko. Michael Pascali. Matt Laudadio.
Gee, you should bring the haircut back.
McDougal.
Comment.
Daddy-O, McDougal,
George old Mohawk.
My hair is ridiculous right now.
Reamer.
Mick Souffleris.
That might have been like the best week after too.
Souffleris.
Trent Melsheimer.
We got table that one.
Chris Rocco.
Chris Rock.
Andrew Eidenschink.
Shank rocking the buzz back then.
Yeah, whatchamacallit. Vince picked my head right before
Oh, right.
prom. You remember that?
I do remember that.
Will Mishler.
My mom was so pissed.
There's Mishler.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Great kid.
I still have that little memory book. I think your mom made a whole bunch of us. Remember that? Heidenschink, the general, made a little picture book.
She loves that stuff.
Derek Bitzer.
You love that stuff too, Andrew.
On arrest. Stefan Berkman.
Is that Rob?
Coach Forster with the lead in. Little camera time.
And now we'd ask Sean Coleman, Jeff Cymbalista, Brian McNamara.
That was a great year.
Yep.
Please step forward.
Special group of guys.
As PIAA
Fun to be with you guys
Associate
tonight.
Executive Director Melissa Merch presents the 2013 PIAA Boys
Next edition, we're going to have the argument for best ever.
Yeah, best
Coach Forster getting his evidence ready.
We just had our mind set on the shore right after that.
I was going to mention that middle of the fourth quarter, but I knew you guys had your eyes on the prize. So.
As if we forgot. Yeah.
Straight to Ocean City.
I remember being in the tent at the parking lot with to hit the sandwiches and like the food spread, and I think Mike Pascali, your dad, grabbed a bunch of the seniors and took them and gave them the talking to about what they were allowed to do and what they were not allowed to do at senior week. Laid the law down. I remember that.
That's the wrong guy, huh?
We were worse behaved
It's
after
the
that.
wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, that was great, guys. Really great experience to go back and watch that with you guys. I appreciated the commentary and adds a lot of light, and I think the LaSalle community will really appreciate it. Any final takeaways seeing this together for the first time since you were all part of the action in 2013?
I think Coach Resch used to mention often that when you take a journey, you walk together forever for a long time. So even today when we all come back, in a small way, it feels like just yesterday. So it's great to be with you guys. Good memories. Thanks.
Yeah, it's
Miss
pretty.
you guys.
It's a special group. We still stay connected literally every week on a group meet. So it's not like we haven't talked to each other at all. We stay in contact for the last, I don't know how many years it's been since we graduated. So it's a special group. And I think just winning the championship tied us together even more as a bonded as a group. So I'm thankful for these guys, especially you, Andrew.
Matt won't return my calls anymore other than this one. So
every time I'm in New
It's
York,
7 years. It's 7
Move
years.
back to
20
Philly.
minus 13 is 7.
Forget ALC.
I call him when I'm in New York City and he won't come out and hang out with me.
I had the flu.
Sean
Jesus
Coleman
Christ.
will come out with me at Santa Monica, though.
That was before coronavirus, but you still don't want the bug.
Yeah.
So how about this experience playing for these coaches? How did that prepare you for, a lot of you guys went and played at a very high level in college. What was a LaSalle lacrosse experience like in preparing you for the next level?
I would say, speaking for me and Jeff, it was extremely, I felt extremely prepared going to college, not only from a practice standpoint, but even our weightlifting program at LaSalle was incredible, kind of prepared us for that next level. And just from a competitive standpoint, we mentioned it throughout this whole time, but our practices were like an absolute war, like offense and defense. We didn't like each other when it came time to practice, but then obviously after practice, we were each other's best friends. So taking that with us, I think speaking for you, Jeff, I'm sure you would agree, but going to that next level absolutely prepared us more than I could imagine any other program would.
I think a lot of little things counted in college, and one little thing that I remember from high school was that goddamn hill that we had to run up and down to and from practice.
It's gone.
And, what's that?
It's gone. They put a boardwalk there.
Yeah, so a little different now. Back in my day, but it was something like that because I remember it was the last thing you had to do once you thought practice was over, and you had another quarter mile or whatever that was uphill, and then plus you're carrying water. So stuff like that is really what you back on in college.
Well, that's great, guys. Well, before we wrap it up, is there anything else about this team, this run, your experience that you feel the LaSalle community, after being a part of this here tonight, should know?
We're still the best. Rob, your team wasn't as good.
It's fair.
You know what? More than anything, Bob, they were great kids. They were good students. They were good kids. They cared about each other. They were awesome on the field, but at the end of the day, they were good representatives of LaSalle as they went out into the community, and that's like the most important thing.
Boys will be boys, but LaSalle men.
You're so close, Matt. You're so
like
close.
that.
You are a gem.
Take two.
Do it again,
Can edit that. Do it again.
Rushko, you got it, Rushko.
Matt, I'll DM you so you can read it.
Oh, boy.
Well, this is great. Great stuff, guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time, and hope everybody stays safe and healthy. For all of us here on LaSalle Legends tonight, this is the 2013 LaSalle Lacrosse team, state champions, reliving that memory one more time. Thanks so much, guys, and I hope everybody enjoyed this.
Thanks, Bob.
Great job, Bob. Thank you very much. Great to see everybody, boys. Be good.
Take care, man.
Stay safe,
everybody.
Good, gentlemen.